Back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Shout out to every single one of you guys. We are here. We are live. The time is now, guys. What's really good? Yo, I want to say happy Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. All right? You already know it's that time of the year, man. So it's good, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. And I hope the live stream is good. My phone's been acting up. I don't know why, but let me know here in the video, in the comment section, if you guys can see me, you guys can hear me. Let me know that everything is good, okay? So definitely let me know, okay? But yeah, man, I'm super excited. A lot of cool things happening this week. We're starting the week with Clavio. For those of you guys that don't know, Clavio is an email platform. Basically, it was created as a Shopify application, and now it's pretty much like the standard for e-commerce and setting up, email campaigns for companies. It's a company, I believe it has like a $1 billion valuation. It's pretty big. Okay, a lot of big companies are using Clavio for their services for text and also too for email. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a whole course on that. And you might be wondering, why am I doing a course on that? It's very simple. If you are an email developer, you need to learn some of these platforms, right? It's just gonna help you guys out, just to make sure that if someone does mention Clavio, right, or you go to an email, let's say development or interview, right, email developer interview, that when they ask you what platforms do you know, we cover ConvertKit inside of the email marketing for developers, which is a very basic course teaching you what email marketing is. But then now we're gonna go dive deeper into Clavio, which is like the go-to one. Okay. So again, looking forward to showing you guys that. So anybody that's in the Diamond membership, guess what? Yeah, got a new course this week coming up. Okay. And again, as a Diamond member, you get access to all of that. Okay, so that's the good thing. Another cool thing was I received the email today from someone who works at Amazon, and they told me that the course that I have on email development helped them out so much because I guess Amazon has a new team where they handle email development for pretty much the whole company, everything from AWS, everything to the main Amazon application. And I don't know if you guys remember, a few months ago, I mentioned that Amazon was hiring email developers. And guess what? Somebody reached out to me today, and they sent me an email, just like a thank you, right? Sometimes people come in and they sign up to the platform. I don't get to talk to them. The courses are there. So guess what? This individual was like, "Yo, thank you for this email development course." They were working as a front end developer, but now got put into the email development team. And he was like, "Yo, that my course, right, was really helpful for him to get up to speed, and that it really helped him out." So cool. I guess we got people at Amazon now taking our courses, so that's really cool. It's a good feeling when you be like, sometimes you see people like talking about, oh, Fang and this and that, and like, why don't you work at Fang? And I'm like, bro, I could work there if I wanted to. It's like I have people that work there taking my courses, and they're like, yo, I like what you do, man. Thank you for breaking it down for me. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. It's always a good how you call this, a good boost for the day. I love it when my subscribers, people that come to the platform, you guys email me with like good news or like a thank you message. I really appreciate it, because sometimes doing all of the stuff that I do is not easy. It looks easy. It looks like, oh, this guy's just hanging out here, da da da. It's like, nah, bro. Like, there's so much work to this. But it's really nice when people take out of their day. They don't have to do it, right? I mean, look at the Hall of Fame, right? Shout out to everybody that's on the Hall of Fame that has taken their time to send me like a small paragraph about their story and how CodingPhase.com has helped them in some type of way on their career. But the truth is that there's thousands of people that have gotten hired because of the courses that we've created here on CodingPhase.com. And we have about like 9 pages, 6 to 7 pages. Matter of fact, 6 to 7 pages, and each page has like 9 students. So multiply 6 by 9. That's like what, like 54 around there. You could say 6 by 9, right? 54 people that taking their time to go in and write something good about the platform, and taking their time to come back and say thank you, or just share their story, right? But there's been thousands of people that came through codingphase.com. I mean, think about it like this. Just in 2018 alone, we used to have about 14,000 students on codingphase.com. That's a lot of people, okay? And the completion rate for those students at the time, and again, this is like giving you round numbers, right? It was like around 57, 58%, right? That means that people came in, completed everything that we had at the time, right? All the courses that we had at a 58% rate, which is really good. Trust me. Most courses, like you guys know, if you signed up to a course on Udemy, like how many courses have you signed up to Udemy that you never completed, right? So the average is usually around 10 to 20% of people that actually complete their courses. For us to have a 57, 58%, that's pretty high. Okay? That's like the industry standard. We're way above the industry standard. But I really love the fact that we have a lot of people that we've helped over the years. So that's been pretty cool. And now we're seeing the results of it. You know, we're seeing years later, you know, where people are at. And that's something that we're going to bring into this week. We're going to start doing interviews with like previous students or people that you might have known from here from the community. And we're going to do the series called Where Are They Now, right? To basically see like what happens when you become a developer, what happens when you go through coding phase, you know, and see their journey years later. You get what I'm saying? Not just like, okay, I just got hired and let me interview this person. It's like, no, I want to see your journey. What happened after 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later that you went through coding phase. So I want to go in and share that with you guys. Another thing too, guess what? Memorial Day weekend is here. So you know what that means, okay? We got a link in the description, right? 35% off everything on codingphase.com. So everything that's on the site right now is 35% off when you use the link on the description. Okay? Make sure you click on the link in the description. Somehow people always go directly to the website and expecting for the discounts to be there. It's not. You have to click on this link, this specific link that's on the description, and that will give you 35% off on everything on the site. So if you've been wanting to sign up to Coding Phase, this is the moment, okay? 35% off is a pretty good deal. At the same time, for those of you guys that don't know, we have merged the Tech Accelerator and the Diamond membership together, okay? So pretty much now everything is there laid out for you. You have access to all of the courses. So everything that came with the Diamond membership, you have access to all of the courses. Plus you also get access to the curriculum of the Tech Accelerator program, where if you are a beginner and you're like, man, I don't know where to begin, I don't know where to start, what are the things that's going to help me get a job faster, what should I do? The Tech Accelerator program literally breaks down everything. It tells you, hey, this is the course you got to take, this is the course you got to take, this is the course you got to take. After you do this course, this specific course, this is when you start building your portfolio. Where do I build my portfolio? Here's the link for the templates. Hey, where do I host my portfolio? Here's the link for that hosting service. How do I go in and buy my domain? Here you go. This is the link for that. Hey, how do I go in and connect all of this? I show you how to go in and set up your portfolio. You know what I mean? So every single step, every single little thing, right? You are going to have that whole curriculum where literally all you have to do is sign up to the Diamond membership and follow what's in the Tech Accelerator program. That right there will take you from knowing nothing to literally being able to get to a point where you can start applying to your first jobs by the end of the month, to then from there continue teaching you everything that you need to learn to become a full stack developer. Okay. So definitely check it out. Links in the description. Okay. Let me see. Da-da-da. Let me see. Running through here. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. So like I said, go check that out. Links in the description. Also, too, guess what? If you're interested in the diamond membership and you're just still like you have any concerns, just go to the link on the description, click on the website, read through the whole main website. Right, it's right there. The front page breaks down everything that we're gonna do for you. Okay, but if you still feel like, man, I don't know, man, I don't know if I want to pay this amount. I don't know if I want to sign up right now. Does this really work? Can I really get results? Guess what? There's a link there where you could actually book a call with me. You could come in and book a call, and we'll sit down half an hour. I'll give you 30 minutes of my time, right? This whole week, where you can go in and book that 30-minute call, and we'll hop on a call either through Zoom or I'll call you on your phone number. Okay? So make sure you put in the right information so I could give you that call or send you the link to the Zoom call. And again, for anybody that's interested in this, right now we're open for everybody, right? We opened it up for anybody that's outside of the US and inside of the US, okay? The Tech Accelerator program right now is set to help you go from knowing nothing to becoming a full stack developer. Okay, everything that you need in that whole process. So it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you can follow the Tech Accelerator program. Okay, let me see. Reading through here, Angel Medina says Clavio is fire. Yes, I love Clavio. We just recently, finally, got to switch from ConvertKit to Clavio, and it's been like a game changer. So this is why I want to go in and teach it to you guys, because not only can you do this at a company, like let's say right now you work at an agency, you can work as a front end developer, back end developer, etc., email developer for that agency. And most likely they're going to need to set up email campaigns for their customers, right? Their clients. And when you have this skill under your belt, number one, no one has to train you because you already have that knowledge. Number two, once you have this knowledge, you can basically set up your own email campaigns, right? And this all falls in with the idea of either freelancing, building your own business, web development on demand. So if you're interested in those things, you need to learn how to set up email campaigns, guys. It's a game changer. Like I'll tell you right now, right? On my website, let's say 100 people come to the site, right? Out of those 100 people, 3 to 7 people always purchase automatically. That's my conversion rate. You come to the site, if there's 100 people, 3 to 7 is gonna always convert. That's the numbers. Guess what? When you get to capture the person's emails, right? You then from there, right? Because everybody that goes to your site, to your business, to your product that you're trying to sell, whatever it is, they're going there because they're interested in it, right? They're not going there to be like, well, let me just see how pretty the website is. No, they're there because they're interested in it, right? So then now by you capturing the person's email, you can then from there set up automations where you can say, hey, we have a newsletter. We have a 10%, 20% off on your first order, whatever it might be. You give them something, right? So then from there, you capture the email. Now, that person might be on the bus right now. That person might be on the bathroom. He's not close to his computer, or he's not close to his wallet. That person could even be driving and he just stopped at a red light. He's all right, cool. I'll put my email here, right? Guess what? By you setting up the automations and setting up the email campaigns, you can now warm that audience up, right? Meaning that maybe somebody that came in out of those 100, right? Let's say 7 people bought, right? Purchased the product when they landed there. There's still 93 people that haven't purchased anything, right? You can go in and take a 20% to a 30% of those people and convert them to purchase your product or your services. Okay? So when you're setting up your business, email development is super important. Again, we're talking boss talk, right? This is not the shit that you're gonna get in the regular was faster for loop channels. We're talking boss talk right now. You don't want to be a worker for the rest of your life. You need to learn this information. You need to learn this knowledge because this is how you're gonna make money. Okay? So learning how to use Clavio, which is like the best email service provider that's out there. Also, too, it's not cheap. I'll be honest with you, it's not cheap. It's not the cheapest one, but it's the best one. Okay, you go in and you set all of these things up, and then you can increase whatever your sales were for 20, 30%, and that could be in a time span of like 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Okay, because again, you're setting up the automations, sending more information about the product, sending more information about the services, etc. Right, and from there people convert. That's just how it is. So emails are super important. That's why every company, it focuses on emails. The people that know, they know. Okay. Okay, so again, and SMS, which is like sending out text messages, it's even a bigger conversion because now you're going directly to people's phone. Like, yo, I'm sending you a text. Like, hey man, I'm Nike. I'm dropping the brand new Jordans, baby blue, 28, whatever number they up to now, right? If they're interested in Jordans, they're gonna purchase it because now you're contacting them directly and reminding them of the product. So guess what? That's done in every industry. It could be software as a service. It could be a digital product. It could be a physical product. It could be a service. Okay. It doesn't matter what you do. Emails are extremely important. Okay. So that's why we're going in and teaching you guys how to do Clavio. Another thing too that I want to focus on, um, it's like skills that you can go in and start making money with. Right now, again, in CodingPhase.com we have 90 plus courses. Okay, so as far as the programming side, we already have you covered. Everything that you need to know as far as programming, it's already there, right? You want to learn how to do web development, you got HTML, CSS, you got JavaScript, you got React. We got like 10 freaking courses on React, okay? So again, you're covered on that. We got PHP course, we got a Python course, okay? Like pretty much everything that you could think of. Ruby on Rails is covered. Whatever it is that you need, it's you already covered. Okay. Now the things that's missing in coding phase is extra courses that you need to expand, or extra courses that you're gonna need to build your own business, to to sell your services, to create a package for someone. I give you a great example. Right now, you're on Fiverr. Guess what? You know web development. You know how to code. You know how to build a landing page. You know how to use WordPress. You know how to do all of these things. But how do you come up with a package? Okay. So again, this is why I'm bringing Clavio into it. Now you could go in and say, hey man, I can go in and build your website, and I can also set up the automations for you to create an email sequences. So you can go in and convert 20 to 30% of customers that visit your website. And I can set that up. Guess what? That costs money. So it's an initial investment that you have to do, right? The person has to go in, pay you for your time of building whatever website it is that you're building for them. Then from there, you have to pay for the setup of setting up this email automations. Then from there, setting up the email sequences. Okay? You get what I'm trying to teach you guys here? How do you go in and take somebody that was willing to spend $500 to $1,000 with you, and then now get that person to go in and spend 3,000, 5,000? You're not gonna get that just from coding. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go in and provide value for other things that they need for their business. Now, there's people that do just email development. There's people that just do Facebook and Google ads. There's people that just go in and do design work. There's people that just go in and set up the email automations, etc. And they just get paid for that. But if you are a one-stop shop that understand how to go and help a business grow and make more income, that's a different ball game. You're a one-stop shop now. They don't have to go to Lil Billy. They don't gotta go to Lil Cindy. They go to you. Oh, you my web development guy. You build my website. You help me with my site, whatever I need. But you also know how to go in and set up my automations for me. You also come up with ideas to help me grow my business. That's a different ball game, and that's what I'm going to go in and focus a lot on this year on CodingPhase. Okay, as far as like the courses, this is the year of how do we go in and maximize our income? How do we go in and monetize our knowledge and take it to the next level? Because guess what? Just being a developer, it doesn't cut it like it used to, right? I'm a front end guy. That doesn't cut it no more. Hey, I'm a back end guy. That doesn't cut it no more. You got to be a full stack developer. You can say, hey, I'm an email developer, but I'm growing to be a full stack engineer. So you could pretty much build whatever it is that's thrown at you. But then you also need to learn the skills that help businesses grow and make income. Now, the beauty of it, and that's why I love this shit, right? This is why I love this shit, right? This is why we got this hat on. Fuck love, getting money, right? Is that when you learn the skills, these are the skills that you're gonna be able to do for someone else, right? When you're working at a job. But these are the type of skills that you could do for yourself, right? I could work at an agency. I could work for a company. I could work at Amazon doing XYZ. But guess what? I have this extra skills that I can now go in and sell it to other people, right? Those same services, I could do it full time on a job, but guess what? I can also do that on the side for other businesses. That's what goes in and helps you go from being a developer that makes $90,000 or $80,000 in your job to someone who's making $200,000 a year or more. It's not just, hey, I work for a company. Yeah, you could work for a company, right? But how do I go in and I double my income? It's not gonna be your job. I'm being honest with you guys. It's not going to be the job itself that's going to help you double your income. It's you going in and saying, hey, I'm doing this full time for a company, but I'm also making the same amount on the side. And then one day, once you have enough flow of clients or products you're selling or your business is running steady, you go in and you say, well, this is the shit that I was doing part time. What happens if I quit my job where I'm doing it full time for just for one company and I go in and I do it full time for multiple companies? That's where the bag comes in. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys here on CodingPhase. Now, let me know if anybody's interested in that path, right? Put number one on the chat or put number two of like, Joe, I just want to work. I just want to work for somebody and that's it. Like, I'm not really interested in like making double the income or building my own business. Like, I just want to be a worker. Put number one if you have goals of becoming your own boss. Put number two if you're comfortable being just a worker. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. That's it. The chat is there. It's all right. If you just want to be a worker, it's totally fine. We could even discuss, the pros and cons of that. Okay? Shout out to everybody that's in here, that's live with me. Thank you for being here. I know you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me today. So thank you for that. Just taking your time, your extra little 10 minutes, 15 minutes that you spend with me. Thank you for that. But yeah, there's pros and cons to everything, right? Pro of just staying as a worker. The pro of it is if you're working a job that gives you everything that you need and you're not an ambitious person, you could live a comfortable lifestyle as a developer. You could just go to work every day, clock out 5, 6 o'clock, right? Go home, relax, chill, watch Netflix. Maybe you're into playing guitar. Maybe you're into playing video games. Maybe you're into just going out for drinks and hanging out and stuff like that. You can definitely do that, right? On the weekends, you get to come home, chill, go to the beach, go out to the park, just hang out. You don't have nothing to worry about other than when you go to work from 9 to 5 every Monday to Friday. That's the biggest plus. Okay? Now, if you're an ambitious person, then you also have to understand that when you work for somebody, you're only getting the crumbs that's dropping from the top. Always remember that. Plus, the fact that no, it doesn't matter how much work you do, either you work a lot or you work a little, you don't get paid for that. You're only getting paid for whatever your salary is. That's another thing too that a lot of people don't understand the concept of salaries. Salaries mean this is the most you're gonna make in our company until we give you a promotion, until we give you, a salary increase. But this is the most that we're gonna go and pay you. Now, for a business owner, it's beneficial to have somebody on salary because I could go in like right now, just to give you a simple, I don't know, uh, simple company. There's a guy who owns a warehouse, right? He does imports and exports from China. He buys products over there for cheap, right? Or even gets them built for him over there, and he sells it here in the United States, right? Import, export, right? Now that person goes in and sells the products. Now you work in that warehouse. You work for that company. Your job is to be, let's say, product editor, right? And that product editor is getting paid $60,000 a year. But guess what? You're getting paid for your salary, and they might put in your description, we need you to know XYZ languages. We need you to know how to use this tool, this tool, this tool. And guess what? We might need you to go in and move some boxes. Be healthy enough that you can lift up to 50 pounds. Understand that how a camera works. Understand maybe how, some software design or design softwares work, right? So they're throwing like a bunch of little things inside of one job. And why do they do that? Because they're paying for your time, but your time is already capped, right? And your salary is capped at how much they're gonna pay you. So, as a business owner, I can go in and tell you, hey man, today, we need an extra hand bringing out these boxes out of this warehouse so we can put it in the truck. Guess what? You're gonna have to do it. Why? Because that was mentioned in the job description. Maybe lift 50 pounds. They will do it. Hey man, this products here, can you go in and set them up and start taking some photos so we can upload them on eBay, Amazon, etc. Da da da. Yeah, you're gonna have to do it. So you have to, you know, list the items, take a picture of the item, maybe help with the packaging, do all of these things because you're under salary. Now, you will say, well, damn, I just, bro, I just, packed up 100 items today, man. That's a lot of items. Yeah, but you're on salary. That don't mean that you're gonna get any extra because you did extra work. That's why you're here. We're paying you for your time that's here. But I did so much more than what I needed to do on my job. Can I get paid more? No, you're on salary. That's your salary. That's what you agreed to. So that's the cons of just being a worker and being on salary. And that works from the smallest position to the highest position. That's as much as you're going to get, no matter how much work you put in. You don't get extra. That the company went in with everything that you did, your ideas, everything that you put into this company, that they made $10 million extra that year. That's great. Thank you for doing your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Help this company grow. But damn, you can't give me a little something extra? Like, you know what I put in this year. You on salary. You get paid for your time. And there's a maximum to it. Right? XYXX says, I'm that product editor, bro. Literally word for word. Yeah, people don't believe, like, I used to do that, bro. I used to do that. That was my first job as a product editor. Um, I know the whole process. Trust me, man. This is when people be like, man, Joe, how do you have this mentality? How do you decided to go and build your own businesses and do all this shit? Bro, I've fucking worked every fucking job that you could think of. I didn't need to become a developer to understand that the power is being the owner. The power is in solving problems, and the power is in taking risk. It's not really on the job. The job is just to help us survive in this world. So we don't be some bum ass dudes out here talking about, man, I'm still living in my mom's house, or hey man, my wife works. You don't want to be that guy going to picking up the kids. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be that fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, damn, he's such a good dad. No, he's. It's not that he's such a good dad. He don't got shit to do. He don't got a job. You don't want to be that guy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, my wife is a professional. She this and that. You don't want to be that fucking guy, right? Dude talking about, yeah, man. I just love the kid. No, you just don't have a job. Stop acting like you just want to be at home. No, you don't have a job. You don't have something that is worth anything. So at the end of the day, your wife working, making more money than you working a bullshit job. So at the end of the day, they have to say, well, do we go and have you working a bullshit job and then we have to pay for childcare, which is gonna cost us double? Nah, just stay home and be a stay at home. That you don't want to be that guy. You get what I'm saying? That's where dreams go to die. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's the pros and cons of being a worker, right? And just working for somebody, right? Now, if you're comfortable with that shit, stay working for somebody else. Like it's a good lifestyle too. Like you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to worry about taxes. You don't have to worry about payroll. You don't have to worry about expenses and this and that. Like, shit, you have an easy life. Your easy life is you go to work 9 to 5. That's it. You drive your little Honda Civic. Once in a blue moon, you go and you travel once a year if you do travel, right? So it's fine. It's an easy lifestyle. Now, for those of you guys that have bigger ambitions and want to grow, you have to use this knowledge that you have as a developer and this knowledge that you're about to get if you're starting right now, that you're getting into development. You want to go in and use those skills to get yourself a job. That's the hack. You get into a job and then have that job pay for your risk, right? Your risk that you take on the side, right? Because you're gonna make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes building their businesses or figuring out what works for them. No one does it instantly. It takes time. So you go to a job, you have a regular job, 9 to 5, you work as a developer, you learn a lot from within. You go in there and your name is SpongeBob SquarePants. You go into the job and you soak up all the knowledge that you can. You see the good things that people do at the job, you see the bad things that they do at the job, right? Because you're getting free knowledge and getting paid for your time. Now, you take that information and you say, cool, if I'm able to get paid $90,000 here working full time and they're squeezing as much as they can out of me for that 90,000, what will happen if I go in and I solve the same type of problems that I solve here, but I solve it for 10 companies? Now, they don't have to squeeze as much time from me because what they're looking for is for me to solve their problem, right? One specific problem, and I do it for 10 companies or 20 companies, right? Let's say 10 companies, keep it simple. 10 companies. In those 10 companies, on a yearly basis, I generate with them $20,000 on a monthly basis. So that's around $240,000 a year. Okay? So if you go in and say, well, if I can make $2,000 from each company because I'm providing value, I'm providing a service.
And I saw you on YouTube.
You saw me on YouTube?
Yeah. I just like watching my Instagram and thing, and I just saw you on YouTube.
You subscribe to the channel, CodingPhase?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, we on YouTube.
Golden face. What?
Say coding
Coding
phase.
face. I'm just saying coding face.
Coding phase. There you go, baby.
I'm gonna
Right
copy
there.
you. I'm gonna like it and cry.
That's my son right there. Who's the most handsome kid in the world?
And
Huh?
then I'm gonna go on your thing. And then like.
Yeah, give it a like. Go ahead, baby. Go inside. I'm gonna finish up over here,
I
and then we're
did
gonna
that.
jump in the pool. All right?
And mommy needed a stuff got back from it.
Tell her to leave it in the car, and I'll bring it out. Yeah, he wants to get into coding. He's interested in coding. He's the first one that is like, yo, I want to learn how to code because I was teaching him how to do XR development, like teaching him how it works, and he wants to learn how to code. Right, Jason? You want to learn how to code? Make
Yes,
your own
I
games?
saw you on this.
Oh yeah, you saw that one?
No, but I just saw it.
They're asking if you're interested in learning how to code. You want to become a coder?
Yeah,
What you want to make?
I want to like make games.
Yeah, so
And us not got some time to make us game us a long time I missed.
yeah, we're gonna do it this summer.
Okay, Dad.
All right, baby. Yeah, I told him that we're gonna start teaching him how to code, but I gotta teach him how to read, because he just graduated from kindergarten, so I gotta get him to learn how to not kindergarten. What's the pre-K? Pre-K. So now I gotta teach him how to start reading, so he can understand what a variable is, what a function is. So when he sees those words, he know what I'm trying to teach him. So yeah. So yeah. So what I was saying before. So yeah. So that's the pros and cons of like being a worker. There's a lot of pros to it because you just have an easy life. But this is the thing where you gotta ask yourself: is like, do you want to be out here balling? That's the number one thing I ask people. You want to be balling? You want to have unlimited? It's like when you buy yourself you're playing a video game, right? And you got unlimited ammo. It's good to have unlimited ammo. It's unlimited. It's good to have unlimited gold. You could buy your armor. You could buy whatever the hell you want in a video game. That's what it is when you become your own boss, in a sense, right? Because there's different tiers of classes in this world, and we could close our eyes and be like, "Whoa, this doesn't exist." It's the truth. This is how it is. Everybody lives here, right? There's a second tier, which is like the business owners, entrepreneurs, and then from there, this is continued going up on the elites, right? The people at the bottom here, they're surviving, right? They're surviving and living their life to their means. If you want to go in and unlock everything in life, you need to figure out how to solve problems and how to create products and solutions for the people that's here. Once you do that, that takes you to the next level, which allows you to have whatever it is that you want. For me, I think it's worth the work, right? I like the idea that, I could work from home. And I work on my own company. I work on my own time. I work on my own schedule. If I decide right now, hey, I'm going on vacation for 6 months, I could go on vacation for 6 months because I have a business that I already built in over 7 years that I could go in and place people in those positions. And then now I'm just getting paid to oversee them to do the work. You get what I'm saying? Initially you're gonna have to build it up yourself, which is the hard part, and that's the part that a lot of people don't want to do when they build their own businesses and have to go through that stage because it's not easy. You got to put in a lot of work. Also too, there's a lot of failure. People don't like to fail. You know why There's so many guys that's out here that's incels and they never been with a woman, they never went out on a date. They don't want to get that feeling of failure, right? You know what, the guys that always get girls, they understand they're gonna fail. Not every girl, it doesn't matter. You could be Chris Brown, you could be the best looking dude in the fucking world, you could be, I don't know, Brad Pitt. If you don't understand that not every woman is gonna like you, right? And that you're gonna fail when you approach one, then you're not going nowhere. But once you go through that stage and be like, oh shoot, if I talk to 10 women, right? Out of the 10 women, there's gonna be four who's gonna like me. That's fine. That's some good odds. That's more than I had yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have zero, shoot, 4 women, 4 new girls, shit, that's a good number. It's the same thing with anything that you do with business. If you go in, what's good, ma? Oh, you got me some longan?
Don't show me.
Hey, you don't want to be shown to the world? What's going on? Now everybody's shy. Come on, so they can see the belly. They can see the belly out. New baby coming soon. So again, um, like I was saying, if you understand that there's going to be failure, like I got like 12 niche websites that actually worked, but I probably built like 40, 50 of them. So a 20% of them actually worked. So it's like, okay, great. But what if I was too scared and be like, nah, I'm scared for failure. I'm scared that this shit won't work, right? Then I wouldn't go nowhere. I mean, look at this thing. I worked on this famous app. That didn't work out because the pandemic hit. I worked on let me see. Right now, Run XR that app. I was working on that. But guess what? I started noticing that there wasn't that much interest compared to my other application that I'm building for artists who is looking to promote themselves and and they need that software. So guess what? I threw that one in the air. It didn't stick. Now I'm sticking with the one which is for the artist, right? It's like you gotta learn how to like throw shit at the wall and see which one stick. In a year, you have to go in and come up with 5 to 6, 7, 8, 10 different business ideas, and you try all of them, and then from there, one of them is gonna stick, and that one's gonna work out. But people are scared to fail, right? And have that failure feeling. I'm used to that shit. I fail all the time. I don't care. I just know that when I hit it big. It's like you go to a casino. Yeah, you could go in and lose, $1,000 every time you go to a casino. But if you know how to play, you show up and be like, all right, the day you hit, you come out of there with like $20,000. That covers everything that you failed on, plus profit. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, right? I'm not scared to fail, right? Because that's just part of the game. You just have to go out and do it. So again, going back to what I originally was talking about, all of this extra skills that put into coding phase is to help you achieve that, and also too is to help you for your jobs because those type of skills that I'm putting in coding phase this year, those are not skills that other developers have because all they worry about is the click clack. You go in and you go to an interview and talk to most developers, be like, hey, can you give us your work experience and this and that? And they're going to talk about just programming in general. But you know how interesting it is when someone comes in and says, hey, yeah, I actually built a software as a service. I was able to get, my first 500 customers online. I used social media to actually bring traffic to the website. And then from there, I was able to set up some email campaigns and also to some retargeting ads. Guess what? You're talking boss talk. You're talking about the shit that they care about. And they're like, oh, this is not a regular dude. This is a person that is grinding and understands the whole system. We need somebody like that. This is why they have project managers. People be thinking like, oh, project managers are like babysitters. No, It's not that they're babysitters. It's that someone has to understand the business, and most developers don't understand the business. There's people like I'll give you an example. You could go and work at a company, and if you leave all the decisions to the development team, the company fails. Every company that is just purely technical fails if it's just done by the engineers. Developers think the other way around. They think that the people that's on the top, they're making bad decisions, and when things fail, it's because of them. It's a mixture of both. But if you leave it to just one side, which is just the engineering team, it usually fails. Because as engineers, we care about efficiency. We care about best practices, best code, right? Those are the things that we're into. We're into the technical side. But guess what? The customer doesn't give a fuck about that shit. The customer will cares about is a great experience, a user experience. They care about solving the problem that they might have. They care about the messaging your company is pushing out there. And developers and engineers usually do not focus on that at all. They don't. We could say, yeah, no, some of them. No, the truth is, most developers and engineers do not focus on that. That's why when you go in, you leave it to a guy to just, like, let's say someone studied computer science. He could be a genius. He could be somebody really, really smart. But when he goes in and creates an application and he never paid attention to user experience or what type of uh, problems he should be solving, usually creates a bullshit application that logically works perfectly, but at the same time is hard to use, or it's not solving a problem worth solving that's profitable. And again, there's no shot to developers, engineers. I'm one of them. But this is why when I was in school, right, I went in, I did programming and systems, which was a bullshit degree and associates, right? And then when I went to City Tech in Brooklyn to go and get my bachelor's degree, I had the option to go in and get a computer science degree. And then I said, nah, I'm not going to take a computer science degree. I want to go and learn communication design. What is communication design, you might ask? Communication design is the art of being able to understand how design is a way to solve people's problems. Why people love Apple products? Because everything that's in there works exactly how it's supposed to. Why do people love what's this company? Engineering damn, what's the name? Teenage Engineering. I think that's the name of the company, if I'm not mistaken. They create products like for music, they create products for even they even have a video game, right? They create experience. You're not gonna get that from the technical guy. You're gonna understand product design and understand how to look at problems and how to solve the problems with design. So when I went to school for that and I got communication design, going for the bachelor's of communication design, I learned so much. I learned about architecture. I learned about UI UX, right? User experience. I learned about design softwares like Photoshop, InDesign. What was the other one? Sketch at the time. Um, there was another one. But oh yeah, Premiere Pro. Pretty much all the Adobe software, Fireworks. Like I learned how to use all of them shits. I learned how to work with augmented reality before AR, VR, before all this shit's popular now. I learned that shit in 2000. 2011, 2012, going to college. Now everybody's like, AR, AR. I was doing that shit back then. I had a really good professor um, who introduced me to this guy who had a magazine. I forgot his name, but it's a famous design magazine. And in that design magazine, they had one of the first AR advertisement, and I was like, "Yo, this is the future." The shit where you can scan a QR code. The QR code takes you to a website. From there, when you go to the website, you have on top of the magazine, it looks at the magazine and it gives you whatever product it was that it had. So I learned how to do that. This is how I got freaking I forgot the grade, but it was like basically I got like the best grade in that design class. I went in, he showed us that in the magazine, and everybody in the class was like, huh? This is cool, but man, this looks very hard. Because I already know how to freaking basics of like JavaScript and like web development, I was studying that at the time. I went out of my way. I found out how to actually do that with the um, Android web APIs that they had at the time, and I learned how to do that. And then that was my final project. I came back in and I created a card that was an invitation to a party. So you know me, I gotta make it fun, right? And what it had was like a '90s themed party. So when you went in, you got this card, which was like a gift card, right? And not a gift card, like a a postal card, right? Come in, you get the hey, you're invited um, to this '90s party at Soho, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Scan the QR code with your phone. Boom, you had an Android phone, you scanned it, and then from there, as you do that, I had a disco ball. So you're looking at the card, right? You had a disco ball, and the disco ball will roll on the table. This is 2011. This is the shit that people talking about now. I was doing that shit back then. I didn't even know how to do 3D objects. I didn't do any of that shit. I went in, I got the assets online, but I put all that shit together to come up with this idea. The disco ball will go in, and then from there, it will just like sort of explode. A bullshit animation, but to 2011, that shit was like that shit was like fucking PS5 graphics compared to that time, right? So the shit will explode, and it will go in and show an animation and say, "Here's the address," and then it will play a video. So you're looking at all this shit through your phone, like on top of your table. When my teacher saw that shit, he's like, "Yo, flying colors. This kid's up there." All the fucking other students, they were like, because they were thinking, they were doing basic shit. They were showing up with like, here's my poster, here's my this and that. I took everything that I knew already, plus the shit that he introduced me to, and then I came back and flipped it on him because he didn't even know how to do that. The professor didn't even know how to do that himself. So when he was talking about how AR is going to be the future and how this is going to be done, he was showing us like what's happening out there in the world, but he didn't know how to do that shit. So for me to come back in less than a month and a half later and come back like, with the final project, like, yo, look, I did it. Everybody's there. If I would have pulled it out, everybody would have gone crazy on my shit. People, you know what I mean? That was like one of those moments where it's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? I love killing them softly, right? Because that's my thing. A lot of times people, you see me, you're like, this kid knows, right? This kid with the fitted on, the hat to the back, does he know? I know my shit. When I put my mind into something, I make it happen. Doesn't matter what it is you want me to build, I could build it. But it was nice, right? So what I'm saying with that is that you have to always look ahead, and you always have to go in and you know take risk, even if you fail. That project that I built there, I failed like 20 times. Everything didn't work. I was trying to use Unity. I didn't even know how to use Unity. So then I had to use the web APIs. So then from there, I got it done. But once you get it done and you actually built what you needed to build and it succeeds, everybody looks at you and says, damn, this guy's so talented. But little did they know, you failed like 20 times. Now there's people that don't take that risk and don't like to fail, and then they never get shit done. But again, this is why I'm focused on all of these things, because I feel like you don't need me to do another React 27. No one needs me to do that. Everybody's teaching that bullshit, right? You need me to actually teach you what are the skills to get money with, and how do I get a job. And those are the things that's going to give you an edge. Again, check out the portfolio blueprint if you haven't checked it out. No one else is teaching that. No one's teaching how to build a portfolio. No one's teaching you how to keep track of your portfolio users. No one's teaching you how to convert more people into booking an interview with you. They're just saying learn how to code. But this is what gives you an edge, that no one else is doing this shit. I give you another great example. When I was applying to jobs back in the days, right, early stages, I saw a email, a HTML email, right? Someone sent me an email, like a company, and that's when I first got introduced to HTML emails. I looked at this company's email, and I was like, "Yo, this looks dope. This is cool." Then I went in and I realized it wasn't a picture. It was actually HTML tables. Everything was done through HTML tables. But it looked like it was a website on my email. And I'm like, I've never seen this shit before. And that's where the interest came in for emails for me. So then what I did was I said, every time that I send out an email to one of these companies, right, I'm sending it to them as a regular text. And I send maybe a photo of my projects. What if I create like a email that is designed like a website, right? Like a portfolio, right? A portfolio of that time, but through the emails. So when they open up their emails, they're getting an email from me, but an email that's fully designed like a website with the links to the projects, with, my work history. It was like a resume mixed with all my projects. Those are the things that gave me the opportunity to be able to interview at Twitter and Tumblr at that time. I didn't have a degree. People weren't hiring people without a degree like that at that time. But that allowed me to stand out from everybody else. Because everybody's just sending an email. But if you go in and you open up an email and you see an experience, now we look at it as like, oh, it's an email from a company. But back then, it's like, oh shit, this is a website within an email? Wait, what? You get what I'm saying? That helped me stand out. And no matter what, like that's still like one of the things that I do to help me. That's my edge. There could be someone that is more talented than me as a developer, but it's not really that they're smarter than me, it's that they invest more time into coding. For me, what I realize is like, I don't need to spend all my time in coding. I need to spend most of my time in coding, but then also to give a 40% to everything else that's surrounding the products, so surrounding the businesses, because that's my edge. Other people don't show up with that knowledge. All they show up with is click clack. Hey, I could click clack, and guess what? Look at look at the shit that happened. Now we are in a world where you have ChatGPT, AI, right? So you could be a good click clacker, but guess what? There's another dude who could also click clack, maybe not as good as you, but because he uses ChatGPT, he might be just as good as you or even better. Now, what's the thing that helps you stand out? It's this: the people that think outside of the box, the people that go in and learn things beyond just the code, beyond just the text. That's my edge. You get what I'm saying? That's my edge. They can't take that shit away from me. That's why we've been here 7 years. We about to go on 8 years pretty soon. You know how much hate I used to have on this channel? How much bullshit? They can't get get me out of here. They couldn't. You know what I'm saying? How did someone with the smallest channel, the least growing channel from my generation? Let's say all the guys that's in my generation. You have, let's say, Traversing Media, Josh Fluke, the Design Course. You have all of these guys that technically some of them are a little started way before me, but in a sense we started growing at the same time. But everyone, they got to millions of subscribers, they got to half a million subscribers, etc. Got huge, $100,000, $200,000, the 200,000 every single YouTube video. But somehow, I have the most solid business model. I have the most solid company. I'm not depending on anybody. I didn't have no third party companies. I didn't have influencers. I didn't have no sponsorships. I didn't take no money from no boot camps. I didn't have none of that shit. And somehow I built the most solid company. And again, everyone has their own companies and everybody got solid companies. But to be honest with you, when we was fucking like 10,000 subscribers, we was making the same amount as people that had half a million subscribers. When people now got millions of subscribers, we got more or the same as them that have millions of subscribers. That means that me with 1/10, right, have made this shit what it is. 1/10, no support. I don't get no fucking collaborations. I don't get none of that shit. No one is like, yo, let's bring CodingPhase to this and that. I brought people to my channel. Not because I needed them, just to I want to be cool with everybody. But guess what? No one brought me to their channels. No one invited me to none of this shit. Right? But somehow we still end up on the top. Imagine if I would have went in, if I would have been one of those guys that they give them a break. I didn't even get a break, and I'm still on the top. You get what I'm saying? I would have been out of here. You crazy? But that lets you know that, you know, you have to use things to your advantage. What's the thing that's to my advantage? That number one, I'm always thinking outside of the box. I'm not doing what everybody's doing. Somebody goes to the right, cool. Go to the right. That shit's flooded. I'm going to the left. Find my own way. Build my own shit. Oh, y'all stuck over there? Oh, now y'all coming to my side? Cool. I told you. Again, you got to read between the lines. If you read between the lines, you find a lot of information. I just gave you a lot of information in there. We got to read between the lines. Real Tough Candy. Shout out to Real Tough Candy. I supported Real Tough Candy from the beginning. I don't know what happened to her. I'm going to check out her channel. I'm glad that she's back. Tim Ocampo, what's going on? Been following since my boot camp days in 2017. Glad I checked in today. Facts, brother. Yes. Dushiang says, yes, AI will take your job. Quit now. Yeah, quit now. Please do quit now. Less competition for us. If you're ready to quit, quit. We don't want no more competition. Whoever wants to quit is fine. AI take your job. No, AI didn't take my job. AI is my bitch. AI is my bitch. I use AI. I pimp AI. Oh my god, nah, I'm joking by the way. Nah, AI is good, man. AI is one of the best things that has happened to us to save us time. And it's the best thing for people who are creative. It's the worst thing for the people that are click clackers that all they focus was just on the technical code but never thought of anything else outside of that. At some point, you know, they could lose their job because at the same time, there's gonna be guys who's gonna use AI is gonna be 10 times as much productive than 10 other guys. So companies will go in and say, why would we hire 10 people when all we need is this one guy who's very productive with AI and can kill everything by himself? But we're not there. We are 20, 30 years from now. That's when we're gonna be there. You know, for those of you guys that don't know, look up information on AI faking it or companies faking AI. Look that up because there's a lot of people who's ignorant in here that will think like, man, AI is about to replace everything. No, AI is not replacing shit. AI is not even close enough to replace humans or replace anything. AI is good enough to give an assistance, but they're nowhere near getting something that's real to actually replace humans. You know what I'm saying? Like they're nowhere near. You don't have to believe me. Look it up. Companies faking AI. Amazon bought Whole Foods and bought a whole bunch of open up a bunch of small shops where people go in and take a product. They go in, take a product, and supposedly, automatically, using AI, it charges it to your account. Guess what? It was all bullshit. They had a Indian sweatshop, right? They had an Indian sweatshop where what they did was they looked at the cameras and they looked at the person, connected who this person's account was, and they looked at which item they bought, and then from there they go in and charge them. But I thought it was all AI. It wasn't all AI. AI was assisting the Indian workers. So basically, you know, doing the 7-Eleven model, right? Doing the Dunkin' Donuts model. Like you got some Indians working at Dunkin' Donuts and 7-Eleven, but instead of doing it here, they just hire them over there, and all they're doing is watching the camera and seeing who purchased what, and then charge it to their account. And they're using AI to help them find the right person and the right account. You would think that the AI is just automatically, the camera is capturing everything, every movement. It's cap. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, there's a bunch of stuff. Look it up. You don't have to go in and believe me. Look it up. It's information that's out there. The AI hype is done, right? It's not like what it was a few months ago. It's actually hitting a ceiling, right? So right now, which is something I mentioned a year ago, people didn't believe me because what do I know? I'm just a random dude with a hat on, right? In his backyard with a pool in the back. What do I know? With a Naruto shirt, right? What do I know? So I mentioned this a year ago. I'm like, yo, focusing on AI to me doesn't make sense because AI is going to be controlled by the person who has the most data, right? So guess what? Who owns the most data? You got Google, you got Facebook, you got Amazon, right? And of course, you got Tesla, right? Now, what you can do is use their APIs and their services to then from there create a wrapper. That's not using it, that's not creating AI, that's not doing nothing with AI. You're creating a wrapper. Any one of us can create a wrapper right now, connect to one of their APIs and feed it some type of data or information and say, hey, this is the things that we want to focus on. For example, let's say right now I work in the automotive industry, automotive parts industry. right? I could feed it all of the data of AutoZone, right? I work at AutoZone, and AutoZone wants to know how to find which items are the ones that sell the most every year, right? For Father's Day. Let's just say something simple as that. Now we could go in and use SQL, MySQL or Postgres, etc., or whatever the database is, to go and sort of filter that out. But you can use AI, OpenAI wrapper, connect to the OpenAI API, and have what we call Chat GPT go through the data and create reports for us. Now, I can go in and do that for AutoZone if I work at AutoZone, or I can be a developer creating a software as a service, create that, and then lease it or sell it to companies that are in the automotive industry. But technically, I'm not creating anything with AI. AI, and what we call AI, it's already created and has been taught by all of the data that this big companies use and they have access to. That's what makes the AI smart. It's not that it's like, oh, we're building an artificial intelligence. No. What sort of makes it smart and gives you enough details, it's the way how it's being trained. And the people that have access to the data is the ones that has control of how much information you can feed this models. But guess what? There's something happening right now too. There's going to be a point where there's not enough data for the AI models to learn. So it's gonna hit a peak when we're almost hitting the peak already. Because if you look into like the Chat GPT, let's say Chat GPT 2, Chat GPT 3, Chat GPT 4, Chat GPT 4.0, whatever, right? And Gemini and all of the shit that's coming from Meta, at the level that they were, like they're not increasing as much as they were initially. It's like it's 10 times better or 8 times better. It continues to diminish, right? The actual returns that it's getting, as far as like how much better is it getting, and that's because there's a limitation in data. Now the next step will be, how do you have the models teaching each other? I don't know if you guys seen that video where there's like an AI talking to an AI. It's an AI phone talking to an AI phone. Now, the only way to really increase it is not gonna be about how you call it shit, hardware. It's not about hardware. It's not about like fucking chips or shit like that. It's gonna be more about data. How do we go in and get this thing to train itself? Because once it has all of the data that's available, it's done. It can't grow past that. Because again, it's like most of this AI models are like bots. It's like Facebook bots from back in the days. You could go in and say, "Hey, what time is it?" It will tell you, "Oh, this is the time." "Hey, can you tell me what was my last message that I sent to this person?" And it will tell you that. But the reason why it will tell you that is because it's looking at what you wrote and reading that as a command and then translating that into what we would call a computer code to say, well, the person is asking for this specific time. So it's saying, hey, if the user sent a message from this time to this time, show them the message that was sent at that time. It's not because it's like smart. It's just like reading through the text that you're giving it and then translating that into commands. You get what I'm saying? But it's not like you could have a conversation with this shit. You get what I'm saying? It's not smart. But yeah, AI is not what people think it is. Let me see. Samuel Campbell says, I got laid off and rehiring the past week. Was a big wake up call. Gotta agree with you. Anyone here should want to make to be more than a click clacker. Click clacker. Glad to be getting your advice on things. Yeah, man. AI's for pushing tech stocks up. Yeah, that's another thing too. There's a lot of stuff, man. One thing that I regret, I wish I would have put all my money on Nvidia last year. That I would have been nice. And I knew it. I was like, yo, I knew I should have fucking put that shit. But for some reason, I was hesitant. Because at the time, I was like, I wasn't, how can I say this? I wasn't, oh shit, a big ass beat. I wasn't like interested in AI like that. And then by the time I got interested in AI and started paying attention to it, then the hype is already done. But Nvidia is always going to be around for a long time. That's why I'm planning on buying at least like 100,000 of like $100,000 worth, not even 100,000. That's more like a hundred shares of stocks from Nvidia, and I'm just gonna leave that for my kids because I know for sure. Like right now in June, I think it was it June 26th, they're going to do a 10 to 1, meaning that you buy one stock and they're gonna give you 10. So if you buy 100, you'll have 1,000 Nvidia stocks. And I think that I really do believe so that once that happens, it's going to grow again to $1,000 in at least 5 years. In 5 years, it's gonna be $1,000. So I think that 100,000 is gonna become $1 million or more in the next 5 to 10 years. Shout out to my people in India. And Luigi, AI from Timu. Word. AI from Timu, bro. Yeah, man, shit is crazy. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here, guys. I really appreciate it that you guys came through. Like I said, Memorial Day weekend sale is happening right now. If you haven't taken advantage, go ahead. Links on the description. 35% off on the whole site. On top of that, if you want to book a call, if you're still interested in the service and you're like, I don't know, I'm not ready to sign up right now, Joe, because I have this question, guess what? I'll give you 30 minutes of my time. I'll sit down with you and we discuss if this is worth your time and worth your investment to get into CodingPhase and follow the Tech Accelerator program. I mean, we've been doing this, like I said, 7 years, been killing it, you know. So at the end of the day, look at the Hall of Fame, testimonials there. Check it out, It don't cost you nothing. But like I said, links in the description. You could book 30 minutes with me if you're interested in the Tech Accelerator and the Diamond membership, right? Now, again, if that's the conversation that we're going to have, right, I'm more than welcome to go in and excited to talk to you about it and, give you more information on why you should sign up to the Diamond membership. Now, if you're going to go in and you're gonna be like, "Hey Joe, I just wanted to talk to you," I'm just gonna hang up right there. I'm gonna be like, "Bro, I'm out of here. I don't got time for this shit." I got time for my students and that's it, and people who's interested in becoming a student. I don't wanna go in and be like, we hop on a call and sometimes people, whenever I open up this chats and I open up the dates, there's always like one or two guys that pop up. Yo, Joe, I want to tell you about my business idea, bro. This is not a consultation for your business idea, how to grow your YouTube channel. Like, please don't do that, because most likely what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hang up on you. I'm just gonna be like, all right, bro, have a good day. But if you're truly like someone that's interested in becoming a student of CodingPhase.com and you're interested in this, again, I got way more time for you, for whenever you're available, and you can go through there, look at the website, book a call, and I'll sit down with you 30 minutes. We'll discuss if it makes sense for you. Okay, shout out to everybody that's in here. I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. I'll see you guys later. Okay, take care, guys.